Hey, I'm Scott, and welcome back to the Champion of Aging YouTube channel and my very humble garage gym. Okay, so today is deadlift day. So since this is one of my first videos on this channel, I figured I would talk about the deadlift and whether you should be doing it after age of 50. So obviously I'm over 50 and I'm going to do the deadlift, but I'm going to leave this completely up to you. You don't have to. Now, a little bit of my history. I've been dealing with a back issue for over 20 years. One day I woke up after I played in a golf tournament for 3 straight days, and I woke up with a herniated disc. I have no idea how that happens, but I could barely walk. Called up a chiropractor, went into the office. He x-rayed me, said I have compression of my lower lumbar, and that resulted in a herniated disc. Now, I'm a side sleeper and don't keep my legs together, and I think that contributes to my issue. Puts a little stress on the spine that it doesn't really need. It is what it is. I've never been able to sleep on my back. So I've been dealing with that back issue for a long time. I have herniated the disc just doing something as simple as bending over and picking up a 10-pound weight plate. So I've herniated that disc many times over the years. The thing that makes it puts the most stress on it is if I'm helping somebody move and I'm carrying a box in front of me like this. So that is what tends to put the most stress on that lower level, that lower part of my lumbar. So a lot of people would cite that kind of thing and say, well, what the heck are you deadlifting for? Because, you know, that's going to stress the spine as well, maybe compress it or whatever. I don't know the entire physiological issue regarding the deadlift and how the spine moves throughout the movement. What I do know is that there are varying opinions on whether you should do the deadlift. The people I tend to trust the most are strength coaches that incorporate the deadlift in their coaching of a lot of people, and they have significant experience coaching this exercise. I've seen people as old as 100 years old doing a deadlift. There was a few years ago a woman who was 100 years old deadlifting 165 pounds, and she never started training until she was 91. So there are plenty of people that do deadlift. I find that a lot of the people that don't deadlift but have an opinion about it tend to be more personal trainers or just people who just think that the risk reward of the exercise is too great. So there's too much risk for the reward. I would suggest to them that they haven't learned how to properly do the deadlift, and that is why they think it's not a good exercise. I don't know if they've actually seen somebody injure themselves from deadlifting. I have seen bodybuilders suggest, and even strongmen suggest that it might not be a great exercise for the normal person to train. At the same time, you have one of the world's strongest men right now, Hafthor Bjornsson, aka the Mountain from Game of Thrones. He's got his deadlift up over 1,100 pounds, and he's getting ready to try and shoot for another world record. I think he's getting ready to attempt that here in the foreseeable future if he hasn't already. So he continues to do it. So there are those who do it, those who don't. It's one of those exercises that, there's a big split on. So here's the deal. I learned how to deadlift through the Starting Strength YouTube channel. And then I went and got coaching from a Starting Strength affiliated strength coach. And so I know how to deadlift the way that they teach it. And I'm not as consistent at training this exercise as I could be because of that lower back issue. If my lower back is not feeling close to 100% and it's time to do the deadlift, then I just won't do it. So over the last year, I haven't been that consistent with it either. Last year, I kind of write off for my entire training. I had various health issues going on, so I'm building back up to my strength levels from the prior year. I think 2024 is where I hit most of my peak numbers. So I'm trying to work back up to there. In any event, today is deadlift day, so I'm going to run through my routine. I've just gotten back into deadlifting in the last couple weeks. I had to take the first few months of this year off, and I was focused more on getting my squat back up to decent levels. And now the schedule that I've set for myself allows me to keep those two exercises separate because that's important for me. If I try and squat and deadlift on the same day, it usually just doesn't work for me. Or if I deadlift the day before I squat, that's usually not great for me either. So I've got a better schedule now, and so I'm going to try and reincorporate this exercise, which I think is phenomenal. And it is such a good exercise if you're looking to build significant overall strength. So today I'm going to do a heavy single up to 285, and then I'm going to do a set of 5 at 245. So those numbers are way below where I've been in the past, but I'm just working my way back up slowly, and that's how you do it. You don't start off lifting super heavy right away when you're trying to learn this movement. You start at a conservative weight, add weight conservatively, and over time you'll get strong with the exercise. You just learn how to do the movement as well as possible and go from there. Okay, so without further ado, pause the video here, and I'll be back just to show you that set of 5, and then I'll make some other comments after that. Okay, so worked through all my warm-up sets, did a heavy single at 285 that felt heavy, and now I'm going to do a set of 5 at 245. So let's see what we got. All right, so provide a little commentary now that we've got that set in. Okay, so deadlift day is over, and the heavy single that I did was pretty heavy. It felt heavy. The set of 5, that was a 10-pound jump over my last workout. So now that felt a little heavy. And so I'm going to just start bumping that up 5 pounds now. So we only do one heavy working set of 5 in the initial stages of training the deadlift. And then when you start bumping up against the wall, then you adjust the programming. And then you can, for now, what I'm doing is I'm training the deadlift Wednesday and Saturday. And I'm going to do that for a period of time, and then I'll scale that back to once a week. That's all I will really need to continue to make progress once I get back up to a level that I was at before. So that's my current goal, and that should happen in the next couple of months. And then the goal for the end of the year is to surpass my old highs at the end of 2024. So the deadlift, like I indicated, gets a bad rap. It's completely up to you whether you want to try it. Before you absolutely dismiss it, though, learn how to do it. If you need to get some coaching, get some coaching. You can get online coaching. You can get it in person. Try and seek out a strength coach that's familiar with starting strength, the starting strength methodologies. Starting Strength has a YouTube channel. You can learn how to do this lift there. I will cover it down the road as well, but they provide great details on how to do the lift, and then you can learn how to, you can get more details from either online coaching or in person. And then it's completely up to you whether you want to include it in your program or not. What I'm doing with Champion of Aging is providing information for you to incorporate into your own program, so that eventually, so that if you live to a certain age, you can maintain your independence and a high quality of life. I just want to keep as many people as possible out of the nursing homes and the assisted living facilities and all that stuff. I want people to maintain their mobility, their strength, so that they can live independently, just in case they live a nice, long, fruitful life. So that is my entire goal. That's the goal for my training. I'm not trying to live to 100. I'm training just in case I do, or even just to 75 or 80. We really don't know what's in store for us. So hope you enjoyed this video. Again, check out the website, championofaging.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you down the road.